Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I would just like to give you my ranking on the entire Alien franchise. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just want to go over the entire Alien franchise, just kind of talking about, all 8 films. I'm including the Alien vs. Predator films in this ranking, and it's kind of going from my personal, least favorite to favorite of the series. I know this series, the Alien franchise is very, controversial. I think a lot of people have very strong opinions about a few of the movies within this, franchise, and so I figured I'm just going to share with you how I view this whole franchise. It is one of my favorite horror franchises out there, and yeah, I absolutely just love it. I think I've talked about this in the past, but Alien kind of holds a special place in my heart for kind of getting into horror. When I was younger, I asked my dad what the scariest film he ever saw was, and he's not a horror person at all, and he said that he saw Alien in theaters. And so, this is when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, and so it was always this quest to see the movie Alien, and being that young, my parents didn't want me to see it because it's rated R and I was 8 or 9, and so it was always a quest for me to eventually come across seeing this film. I would watch trailers on YouTube, but I remember I finally got the Alien VHS tape from a thrift shop, and I was able to watch the movie, and I was so excited to watch it, and yeah, so it will always hold a special place in my favorite horror films of all time. And so I love this franchise. I kind of love the different directions that they have taken the films over the years, but there are definitely some not great movies within this franchise. And so I'm just going to share with you just my, I guess, least favorite to favorite of the Alien franchise. So as I said, I am going to be including the Alien vs. Predator films in here because they're technically Alien films, but yeah, I guess I'll just jump right into it. So starting off at number 8 is Alien Covenant. Now, I saw this movie in the theaters, actually. And it's just not good. It is really, I think it's just a huge miss on Ridley Scott's part. I think essentially this could have been a fantastic film if he kind of stuck with the original idea of what Prometheus was. And so this is a direct sequel to Prometheus, if you were not aware of that. And I feel if he just stuck with the original concept of going from Prometheus into Alien Covenant without the studio getting super involved, I think it could have been an interesting movie. However, I feel studio getting involved and the pressure of, needing to make another Alien film, I feel it got way more complicated than it needed to be. I feel the studio wanted to see more xenomorphs in it, and they wanted, Alien within the title. These are all just things that I've kind of picked up over the years. I don't know if all of them were true or not, but I do think that Alien Covenant is just not a fun movie to watch. It's really a kind of a drag to get through. So it's one that I think I've only seen it 1 or 2 times, and I'm kind of okay with that. But the next up on for number 7 is the second Alien vs. Predator film, and that is AVP Recream. This film, I remember watching it, and it's very dark. Not in the sense of like tone-wise. The actual picture quality is just very, very dark. You can't see what is happening on the screen. I don't know, if the lighting department was completely absent on the entire film, but there is just absolutely, no way to make out what is happening on the screen. It's a very like hard to view movie. Mainly just because you can't see what's happening. And I think it's like if they had good lighting on the movie, it could have been something fun. I do kind of like it that they kind of brought the Alien and Predator into like the city kind of, or like the suburbs. Like I feel like that was kind of an interesting like idea, like an interesting choice. And so kind of how they brought the Predator into the city in the second Predator film. I feel like there could have been a very interesting story there, but they failed. And for that is my number 7 pick. But coming in at number 6, this is a film that some people really enjoy. I feel like it is almost at that point where it's like so bad it's good. I feel like you could kind of go either of those routes, but that is a film, Alien Resurrection. So this is definitely a movie that I like it. It's not that I hate it. I feel like it's not, this is why it's on number 6. I feel like it's, it's not the worst of the Alien series, but it's definitely not the best. And I feel like there's some interesting ideas of her being like a clone. There's like, there's a few interesting like ideas there. And I feel like the setting's kind of fun, and yeah, overall, it could be a fun movie, depending on like the group of people you're with. If you get together with a couple of friends, pop this in. I feel like you could laugh at it, enjoy it, have fun with it. But it's definitely not going to be a scary film by any means. It's not going to be like, I don't know, like a one that I would go revisit all the time. I just feel like it's definitely just mediocre, and I don't know. It could be fun though, so I'm going to leave it at that. But the next one, this is when things started getting a little complicated of like what order to put things in. But coming in at my number 5 is the film Prometheus. So this one, some people have higher up on their lists or lower. That's why I say that it's a controversial series, because some people love this movie, some people hate it. But I enjoy Prometheus. It's definitely kind of like right there in the middle for me. I think there's some very interesting ideas. I definitely don't think it is like, I don't know. I feel like Ridley Scott was trying to basically ask a bunch of questions that didn't really need to be asked. I feel like, there was a lot of like new ideas introduced in this movie, but I don't think that it was like exactly the Alien prequel that we really like needed. I feel like this would have been a better film if Ridley Scott simply just made another like sci-fi film and that was it. I feel like by trying to connect it to the Alien series, I feel like it was a little hard to do so. But coming in at my number 4 pick is the film Alien vs. Predator. This is a movie that was the first and only PG-13 rated Alien movie out of all of them. I love Alien vs. Predator. I remember seeing it because, like I said, how I wasn't allowed watching the first Alien movie. I got a hold of Alien vs. Predator, and that was kind of my first introduction to the Alien universe because it was PG-13. I was able to get it from the library. But I love that. I love the movie so much. I don't know why. It is almost like a guilty pleasure, I guess, for me. But I think the setting of like the giant underground like temple, like with, there's a little bit of lore there that like it's just like a fun movie. I feel like if you don't take it too seriously, it can be a really like fun and enjoyable movie to watch. But it's definitely not like necessarily like good by any means. There's definitely like a lot of plot holes and just some weird choices throughout the movie, like such as like the Predator teaming up with the humans to defeat the alien and stuff like that. But especially the room where the eggs come up. you know, for the sacrifice or whatever. That scene always like traumatized me as a kid because I always thought it was just so terrifying with the alien crawling on the people and stuff. But coming in at my number 3 pick, this is definitely going to be a controversial pick, but that is the film Alien 3. This is a movie that people love to hate. I feel like it is definitely in the the sense where people you either love it or you hate it, and there's really no like in between. I feel like it's a very polarizing film, and I tend to really like it. I watched it again, when was that? A year ago or so, and I realized just how much I actually love Alien 3. I definitely don't think it is a masterpiece by any means, but I really do enjoy the film. I think it gets a lot of hate just because of that it was David Fincher attached to the project, and it is so not like a David Fincher movie that people really just don't like the movie. Or, you know, they also say that it's not a good movie by any means, which I understand where the criticism for the film comes from, but I really enjoy it. I think that the studio got really involved in that movie, which is very unfortunate because I've seen documentaries and videos of what David Fincher's original vision for the film was going to be, or not necessarily David Fincher's, but like the original concept for Alien 3, and I really think that it could have been something really, really good, but studio interference just kind of ruined that, and they got David Fincher on, and I feel like if David Fincher made Alien 3 now, it would be a masterpiece. But unfortunately, this is the Alien 3 that we got, and I like it, and it's, you know, it is what it is. Coming in at my number 2 pick, these two are definitely, you know, some people really like one and not so much the other, or vice versa, or really like both. But coming at my number 2 pick is the film Aliens. So people always say that Alien is one of the greatest horror sci-fi films of all time, and Aliens is one of the greatest action sci-fi films of all time. I would tend to agree with that. I do think that Aliens is definitely not nearly as like scary as the first film. I feel like it has you know, some really cool ideas in it. I love the idea of like the colony on the planet, and, you know, just the aliens coming in and wiping everybody out. I love like the military stuff with it, with the, you know, they go in, they're, you know, so confident that they're going to you know, do everything right, and then they just get wiped out. It's a very similar feeling as the first Predator film, where just like the overconfidence of the military in these situations, and they just don't know what they're in for at all. But I really do enjoy the film. I think it's a lot of fun. There's some great set pieces in it, and I really think it is one of the greatest like sci-fi like films ever made. But coming in at my number 1 pick, it has to be the original Alien. This is a film that, as I said earlier, it holds a very special place in my heart, that I absolutely love this movie. I have seen it so many times now that I've lost count, but Alien is just one of those movies that I feel like it's near perfect. I feel like there's really not much that I could change or critique about the movie, and I really just enjoy watching it. I think it has just such a great feeling. It's a great idea. It's very claustrophobic, and yeah, everything about it I really, really just enjoy. But that is my ranking, I guess, for the films. Let me know in the comments down below what like you guys think of my ranking, or what you would rank the films yourself. I am curious what people have to say, but I would love to get at some point, you know, hopefully Fox or whoever, I think, yeah, Fox has the rights to these, that Fox will put out a nice 4K box set, but we'll see if that actually happens. So far, we just have the first film and Covenant. I don't know if we had any of the other Alien films on 4K, but yeah, I think all of these movies would look fantastic on 4K. So that's my ranking. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.